Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtiwada. In this video, we will learn about Next.js installation and setup. I have completely discussed about the features and prerequisites of Next.js in my previous video. Please watch that for better understanding. So let me quickly jump into another slide. So here we have some steps to run our Hello World application. So here what we can do is we can go with the Node.js installation for setting up our application. So we need a Node.js installed in our system and we need a Visual Studio Code IDE. I prefer to go with Visual Studio Code, and if you want to have any of the IDE, that's fine. And next we'll be executing some set of steps. So for doing this, let me go and show you how to download the Node.js application. So here, this is a portal for downloading your Node.js. Just try to go and select whatever the system you have, like Windows, Mac, or anything, and just download that Node.js stable version. And once this is installed, it is a normal way of installation. Just you will go with the next, and finish. That's it. And then you can go with the downloading of Visual Studio Code. You can just download the Visual Studio Code based on your system configurations. Like you can use Mac one. If you are using Mac, you can download the Mac one. And if you are using Windows, you can download the Windows. Anything based on your system platform. So now, once these two are done, what we'll do is we'll create the application. So first we have to go and check our node version, whether it is installed or not. Let's check that by going into the terminal. So this is my terminal. Let's check my node version, node hyphen hyphen version, and hit enter. So you have 20.14.0, and we also have the Visual Studio Code which is installed in my system. Now what I want to do is let me run some commands to create our Next.js application. So how I can create that? By using one command called as npx create next hyphen app, and I want to use the latest version of it, and hit enter. So it will prompt you with some set of questions. Just answer to that. So here what the application name you want to give, hello, or let me go with student management, something like this, and hit enter. Now it asked whether you want to go with the TypeScript or JavaScript. It's up to you, whatever you want to use. I'll go with JavaScript in this tutorial. And if you want to have a ESLint, yes. And if you want to have a Tailwind CSS, you can use it. But as of now, I'm hitting no. And do you want whole application to be in SRC folder? Yes. And whether you want to go with the app router and app router or not. And app router came in Next.js 14, so it is recommended to use by Next.js. So we'll go with that app router. And also whether you want to use the import alias, yes or no. So I will give no. And now the installation started with all the dependent packages. If you see here, we have installation dependencies like React, React DOM, and Next. So these are the installation dependencies, and dev dependencies are something like ESLint, ESLint config net. We'll see all of this application related stuff bit later. In this, I'll just concentrate on running the application. So once this whole setup is done, that means installed successfully. So I want to go inside this student management. So let me go into cd space student management, and now what I will do is I'll just use a command. So let me show you cd student management. I went inside this, and now what I want to do is I want to see the file structure. If you hit ls, so I am able to see all this folder has been created. That is boilerplate has been created. We'll talk about each and every folder, each and every file, what is the purpose of that particular file. All this we'll understand in the upcoming videos. For now, we will run this application. To run this application, we had a command called as npm run dev, so which will run our application in a development. This command will run our localhost in development phase. This command will run our application in development. So let me hit enter, and now it is running at localhost 3000. So it is started already. So let me go into the browser with that localhost 3000. Let me go here and hit enter. Now it will take some time to compile, and this is how you got the application. So that means the default application has been rendered on our browser by creating our Next.js application. This is our Next.js application, which we will be working in the future as well. And I'll try to create a GitHub repository for each and every section. I'll try to push that section's code into that particular GitHub. That may not be useful for now, but in the future, whenever we are going with the projects, that will be very useful. So now this is how we can set up our Next.js application and run our Next.js application in our localhost. And there is one more thing, like if you want to use not for the development purpose, and if you want to just use for practice purpose, you can use some online editors as well. We have online editors like CodePen, which helps us to use Next.js. So you can use this CodePen Next.js, or you can use something like StackBlitz Next.js application, either with a JavaScript or TypeScript, whatever you want. So it will be creating, and all the dependencies will be added, and you can just play around this. So however you want to create an online one, or if you want to create in a local system, that's fine. But always I prefer to go with a local system setup, so that you can develop whatever you want. If you are going with the bigger applications, it is very hard to develop in the online editors. And if you want to go with an online editors, for sure you need to have an internet. But if you want to go with a local setup, once during the setup only we require our internet connectivity. Otherwise, it is very free out of internet. Even out of internet, you can work on that particular applications. So that's why I prefer to go with a local setup and running the application in the local setup. So that's about how to set up and install your Next.js in your local system. Hope this gives you a brief understanding of how to set up your Next.js application. Just get started with that. And in the upcoming video, we'll talk more about this Next.js. And that's it for this video. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.